Good day, my gray gardeners. One thing about gray gardens is people seem to only focus on little Edie and forget that gray gardens is made up of a lot of very interesting characters, and each and every one should be studied and admired, because without them there wouldn't be a film the way it is, and the people that you do see in there would not be the people they are without them. Today we're going to go over the ghost of Grey Gardens, Lois Wright. Now, Lois is a very interesting character in this story, and we'll go over why. Well, there's plenty of reasons, but in the documentary, the first one, we only see Lois for a few seconds during the birthday party scene. Now, in the Bills of Grey Gardens, we get to see all the shots that were taken out where we see Lois come by and talk about her paintings. Now, the thing about Lois, why she wasn't seen that much in the original, is because she wrote to the Maisel brothers that she wanted a lot of her shots taken out. Now, this is through Lois's own words. Because there was a period right before she was born where her dad had left and went back to Mississippi. And there was a rumor all around the East Hamptons that her mom had an affair with Edie's uncle, Jackie's dad, Black Jack. This guy really gets around, right? And Big Edie would constantly, when Lois was there, look at pictures of Jackie or Edie or Lee when they were little and say, wow, you really look like them. So Lois was thinking she could be Black Jack's illegitimate daughter. And would that be Black Jack's only illegitimate child? Probably not. Now, there is no one knows for sure. Lois died last year, and there's no way to really tell. It's just speculative. But other than that, she led a very interesting life. She met Big and Little Edie at the Sea Spray Inn where Lois was reading palms. Now, Lois read palms of a lot of very famous people, like Betty Davis. I mean, there's a whole list. Billy Joel, Willie Nelson. I mean, there's a lot of very famous people whose palms she read, and she painted. And her paintings have been presented in galleries all around New York. And she also had the longest running show on the Hamptons public, PBS, Public Broadcasting System, the local network. And she actually had Albert Maisels on there. Lois did nothing but go help the Edies. The one time she lived there was very short, and of course, while she was painting in the kitchen, Edie overflowed the bathtub because she wasn't paying attention, and it ruined Lois's painting, and Lois went off on her. But when Tom Logan died in the house, who did they call to come check? Lois. When Edie went to John F. Kennedy's inauguration, who watched Big Edie? Lois. As Big Edie was starting to die, along with Doris Francisco, who was Lois's friend who stayed there all the time, who would go, Lois. Lois brought over her mother's wheelchair for Big Edie. And what's so bad is she doesn't get thought of enough, and the way she was treated. When my friend Carl was talking to Big Edie and taping their conversations for his book on Jackie, Lois contacted Carl and asked if he would ask Edie to get in touch with her. So all Carl does was let her know, and Edie just lost it about Lois. Just why? There's no reason. Like when she would go off on Jerry, no reason. And you see her go off on Big Edie, and you think that she has a good reason. Take it with a grain of salt. She loved her mother very much. It's very strange to see. Lois led a very interesting life, and God, how old was she when she died? She was almost 100, if not 100. I'm trying to do math in my head. I should have before, right? I think she was 100 or 99. She lived a very long time. And she is somebody who makes up the story of Grey Gardens. And ignoring her and just focusing on one person, you're not only doing a disservice to Grey Gardens as it is, you're doing a disservice to yourself. If this documentary means something to you, I would suggest taking your eyes off just one or two people and exploring the vast landscape that is Grey Gardens, the Bouvier and Bill family. Because every single character, from Tom Logan, who's never even shown, to Jerry, to Lois, to Doris, they all have a very interesting and articulate story to read.